The Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, serves as the collective defense entity, encompassing the Philippine Army, Philippine Air Force, and Philippine Navy, including the Philippine Marine Corps. Nestled in Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City, Metro Manila, the AFP upholds the motto, protecting the people, securing the state. Under the command of Commander-in-Chief President Bongbong Marcos,
continue working with national government agencies and civilian stakeholders to form an archipelagic consciousness amongst Filipinos. This will help champion our country's territorial integrity and sovereignty.
And Secretary of National Defense Gilberto C. Teodoro, the AFP operates with guidance from Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Bronner.
Chiefs of Defense Conference is done annually, and this is a venue where all of the chiefs of the defense forces, in our case the Chief of Staff of the AFP, would go to a venue and discuss very pertinent and important matters within the Indo-Pacific regions.
With an active personnel strength of approximately 150,000 and 1.2 million ready reserves, the AFP demonstrates excellent commitment to the national security. The military age spans from 18 to 56 years, with conscription available through Reserve Officers Training Corps, ROTC, and Basic Citizens Military Training, BCMT, or voluntary service. In 2023, the AFP's budget stands at $4.31 billion, constituting 0.97% of the GDP. From the day of its inception, the Philippine Army has been the guardian of Filipinos and a pivotal force in nation building, continually evolving to face diverse challenges. Let us give a bird's eye view to the armed forces of the Philippines. The roots of the Philippine Army stretch back to the pre-colonial era, free from Spanish and American influences. Organized by clans and barangays, armed groups wielded weapons like kris, kampilan, blowguns, and lantica, signaling the early development of Filipino warfare instruments. From 1892 to 1898, resistance movements against Spanish rule led to the establishment of the Katipunan, evolving into the Revolutionary Philippine Army. General Emilio Aguinaldo led the Filipino Revolution against Spanish colonial rule in the late 19th century. On June 12, 1898, he proclaimed Philippine independence from the balcony of his mansion in Kawit, Cavite. The National Defense Act in 1935 paved the way for the reconstitution of the Philippine Army. In World War II, the Commonwealth Philippine Army played a pivotal role, contributing to peacekeeping in Korea and Vietnam. From 1957 to the early 70s, the Army's headquarters were established, roles expanded, and infantry divisions replaced military areas, enhancing flexibility, transitioning into a nation-building role during martial law from 1972 to 1986. Post-EDSA People Power Revolution, the Philippine Army continued evolving as a nation builder.
Let us pass. We are just told to go to GHQ.
In the 2000s, notable actions such as preventing a takeover by the Moro National Liberation Front in 2013 and the pivotal role in rebuilding Zamboanga City after the Battle of Marawi in 2017 showcased the Army's commitment. Guided by the Army Transformation Roadmap 2028, initiated in 2010, the force is committed to capability upgrades and modernization. The Philippine Army is organized into functional commands like the Army Support Command, Installation Management Command, and Reserve Command, along with ground operating units such as infantry divisions and engineer brigades. Specialty enablers include the Special Forces Regiment Airborne, Army Artillery Regiment, 1st Scout Ranger Regiment, Army Signal Regiment, and the Aviation Regiment. In its pursuit of becoming a world-class army, the Philippine Army aims to realize its 2028 vision. The Philippines, despite being a maritime nation with 7,107 islands, currently lacks submarines in its navy, ranking 40th in the Global Firepower Index. The historical examples of smaller nations triumphing against more powerful adversaries, such as the Filipino guerrilla fighters resisting the Japanese Imperial Army in World War II or the Battle of Yoltong during the Korean War, emphasize the crucial role of will and resolve in overcoming overwhelming odds. The narrative challenges the notion that military strength alone determines the outcome outcome of conflicts, highlighting the historical success of nations driven by righteousness in their struggle against perceived evils. In examining the present state of the armed forces of the Philippines, AFP, the focus shifts from active conflict to a defensive and reactive mode. While the AFP faces limitations and is ranked lower than many ASEAN nations in terms of modern warfare capabilities, the narrative underscores that the Philippines is presently not engaged in combat with any nation. The commentary also draws attention to the Philippines' strategic focus on addressing insurgency, terrorism, and internal threats, reflecting the nation's commitment to its own defense in a complex geopolitical landscape. In the intricate landscape of Southeast Asia's maritime security, the Philippines plays a unique role influenced by its legal victory against China's claims in 2016, its enduring alliance with the United States, and its geographical proximity to Taiwan. Navigating the complex interplay of US-China competition, the Philippines adopts a strategic approach, utilizing legal avenues like the Permanent Court of Arbitration and considering further cases to address environmental concerns.
The Philippines strongly affirms its respect for this milestone decision as an important contribution to ongoing efforts in addressing disputes in the South China Sea.
The nation's shifting foreign policy, exemplified by a reversal from President Duterte's pro-China stance to President Marcos Jr. reinforcement of the U.S. alliance, reflects domestic complexities and challenges in maintaining consistent international relations.
The Philippines is possibly, arguably, the most complicated geopolitical situation in the world right now.
Beyond the geopolitical dimension, the Philippines grapples with multifaceted issues in maritime security, encompassing fisheries, food security, and environmental sustainability. China's occupation of strategic areas directly impacts Filipino fisherfolks, leading to decreased fish stocks and a surge in illegal fishing. The lack of a comprehensive strategic policy framework compounds challenges, resulting in disjointed efforts by various agencies. Recognizing maritime security as more than a geopolitical chessboard, the Philippines seeks to address food security concerns, environmental threats, and bureaucratic coordination issues. The Philippines has demonstrated a notable ascent in the global military landscape, climbing 19 places to secure the 32nd spot out of 145 countries in the 2023 edition of Global Firepower's Military Strength Ranking. Acknowledged as a middle power, the Philippines has made significant gains in military capability, ranking 16th in Asia. The strongest measure in this ranking is the Philippines' defense networks, where it outpaces its regional peers, securing the 9th position. This reflects the extent of the country's bilateral military cooperation with treaty allies such as the United States. The score for defense networks takes into account a country's regional alliances, global defense partnerships, and regional defense diplomacy. Moreover, the Philippines has improved its military capacity by 2 places, securing the 17th position. The country has advanced its future resources score, a measurement for the projected distribution of future economic, military, and demographic resources. The Philippines also exhibits more influence in the region than expected given its available resources, as indicated by the country's positive power gap score. For example, Bala-Catan exercise in the Philippines involved over 17,600 personnel from the armed forces of the Philippines, U.S. military, and Australian forces. Notably, it introduced literal live fire and cyber defense elements, enhancing interoperability between the United States and the Philippines.
Tremendously important chance for us to train together as allies and partners, but it is no way tied to any ongoing tensions. An example is the fact that we're for the first time going to work through a cyber defense scenario that's been mentioned, and also from the U.S. side we have 2 new formations.
In terms of arms trade, South Korea stands out as the Philippines' most significant arms trade partner, with deals worth around $692 million. The United States follows closely with $384 million, while Indonesia, Australia, and Japan also engage in substantial arms trade with the Philippines. The Asia Power Index further reports that the Philippines has posted gains in diplomatic influence, considering a country's diplomatic network, multilateral power, and foreign policy thrust. The country engages in high-level bilateral and plurilateral defense diplomacy meetings, involving key nations such as the United States, Australia, Japan, Malaysia, and Indonesia. This notable increase in the Philippines' overall military strength is attributed to its ongoing modernization efforts. The armed forces of the Philippines is actively undertaking a modernization program with support from countries like France, Israel, and India, offering advanced technology to enhance the country's military capabilities. If you like this video, please do not forget to watch our previous uploads. And also, share and subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.